Tell you what's changed right now. In a different field, different lane right now. Now I'm in the murk, switching lanes right now. Passive income getting paid right now. Used to roll around with sinners, bulldozers and killers. Now we focused on figures. 3-course meals for dinners. 5-star suites and villas. Now the swag hit different. Cause the bag is different.
This can't come out.
Sweet. We got my guy MikaBeats. How do you pronounce it?
Mika.
MikaBeats inside the house. Now, obviously, this is called This Can't Come Out. I know you're aware of it. Now, basically, how I used to start is, how do we know each other, innit?
So initially, I was just a fan of the podcast. So I think I started messaging you sometimes when I found like certain things on the pod funny. Then eventually I asked to be on the pod because genuinely like I'm a fan of the pod. So then conversation came around to organising it. Then yeah, somehow I've ended up here.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, what I like about, because I swear like there's like 3 of you, innit?
Nah.
There's you and there's, I think, Inch.
Yeah, that's my good brethren. So whenever you lot do something funny, I'll always at him in the comments.
Yeah, you guys tag each other.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like the fun side of the internet. Like you get to see people that actually kind of like enjoy your work.
Yeah,
and they're nice. They're not mean to you online and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's nice. So it's like, I remember you were like, nah. I think, when you reached out, it was like, nah, you're a fan of the podcast and stuff, isn't it? And you told me, trust me, like, you told me about your resume, innit?
Yeah.
You had a resume of, so what artists have you worked with before, innit?
Bro, I could name...
Just basically floss right now, innit? And name some of your big, the high hitters that you've worked with previously.
So I'll say Headie One, obviously, K-Trap, so Loski, Meekz, AJ Tracy, and just a whole bunch of other like UK heavyweights. But as far as like the heavy hitters, like the big ones, so most people know me for I did Like Me by Meekz, innit? I did Can't Stop, Won't Stop as well. I did a lot of stuff on like Headie's like early projects. I was on Edna, the last album that went #1.
Wait, how early? What, the 1 too as well?
Nah, the one.
Oh, the one?
Yeah, from the jump, yeah.
Oh, wow, you know one of my cousins, you must have interacted with him. One of my cousins used to be his manager, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my cousin, innit? Yeah. But he's got a new manager now. Yeah. Oh, right, so you were back from back then?
Yeah. So from early, bro. This is like Golden Boot days, bro.
Oh, wow, shit. Fucking hell. Wait, oh, you didn't do no better, though?
Nah.
No, that was that was another
producer. Yeah, 808 Mellow. But I was still like in the fold around everything whilst that was all going on.
Oh, okay. You know how people say like there's YG and Mustard. Yeah. There's like Dre and Snoop.
Yeah.
Would you say that so far the people you worked with, Headie is the person you work? Who's the artist that you work closely with the most? Do you reckon? Or is it a guy that probably hasn't bust yet?
I would say, to be honest, I wouldn't attach myself to one artist, but for what people most know me for, they would say me and Meekz are like peanut butter and jelly, basically. Like we work well together, and always like when I've been in the studio with him anyway, it's easy, and it doesn't really seem like work.
Now, in fact, obviously, I know you've watched This Can't Come Out, but let me explain to you what I want. So what happens is we're going to have beautiful, unfiltered conversations. What the fuck's that? So 1 second.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
So basically, we're going to have beautiful, unfiltered conversations. Now, the issue with that is when we do that type of stuff, we say some shit that we don't want the world to see. Yeah. And so what happens is I send it to you first and foremost, and anything you don't want inside of the podcast, we'll just take out. Yeah. So that's why you get to see all of the shushes.
And that's what makes it funny.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Now, obviously, producing's a big part of what you do in it. You got beats in your name. Explain your producing journey. When did you start making beats, and how did it come about?
So I can say, bro, my journey started as Probably as little as like 3-4 years old, bro.
Right.
Yeah, so first, obviously, you know, Christian families going to church and all that stuff. Started off by just being a drum fanatic. So I was good at playing drums. Like my mum used to tell me stories of like when I used to play on like pots and pans and shit. This is before she bought me a drum kit. So she's bought me a drum kit. I've had that. I killed the drum kit. Like just, I was drumming so crazy, like finished it, ended up breaking. So then I remember being about 7 or 8 years old. I had a cousin who got shipped from Amsterdam or from Holland because he was naughty. And on his computer, he brought his laptop with him. He had the Fruity Loops program on there. So when he wasn't around, you know, just being young, you just do dumb stuff. I went on his computer and I was like on the program and I'm thinking, he had that and Football Manager. I remember he had that on there, innit? So I went on the Fruity Loops. I'm like, what's this? So I'm starting to play around in the program. I'm seeing, oh shit, there's sound coming out of it. I'm like, what's this? So then that was like my earliest memory of using it. My second memory that actually got me into making beats was I was in school. I remember being in like year 9. I was listening to a song that obviously someone made, but I was listening to, this is SoundCloud days. I was listening to a song on SoundCloud. So I'm listening to the beat. I'm saying, nah, this beat is so hard. How do I make beats? Then I've ended up downloading the program and then that was literally, that's what literally led me onto Fruity Loops. And then just for like a year, 2 years, I tried to learn how to obviously like learn the basics of the program. I first started off making remakes. My first remake was, remember French Montana, Pop That?
Oh, yeah.
That was like my first like actual like completed beat that actually.
And it sounded like the original as well.
It was so shit, bro. it obviously it had elements that sounded like it, but it was shit, man. So like looking back anyway, but.
Wait, what made you decide to do remix? Is that a thing? People do that?
Yeah, but for me, how I look at it was like, it's like reverse engineering, isn't it? If you
challenges to actually understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So you like deconstruct the beat to see what's going on. So
did you know that that's what you were doing?
Not at the time.
So you were just doing it out of fun, really and truly.
Yeah. So I was just trying that.
That's actually quite a dope thing, because it's reverse engineering.
In a sense. So I've ended up doing that. Then obviously, as I started to get like more confident with using the program, I've ended up starting to make my own beats now. And once I started making my own beats, I started uploading them on like SoundCloud just to obviously see what people felt about them. And it was actually starting to get a bit of traction and people were actually saying like, yo.
What's traction though? Explain traction around this time. Like views and stuff.
Yeah, so like people were actually like streaming and playing it. At that time, obviously, SoundCloud was fairly new. So there was other producers on there that were coming up at the same time as me as well. So you had like the MK The Plug was coming up at the same time, M1 on the beat as well. So as I'm starting to get plays, people have now started to actually take the beats and use them. So I'm thinking, how are you people using this shit that man's putting out? So yeah, people ended up using them. Then I remember like one rapper that I wouldn't say like he was like a well-known rapper, but he can rap in it. He's actually used my beat and I've said, oh wait, there's actually like people that actually want to use it now. And then obviously my first like big like placement, I would say, ended up being Shoki. Do you remember Shoki? The young one, God rest his soul, man. But yeah, he was like my first like big break, I would say. So yeah, that's kind of how like the whole producing thing came about.
Wait, so when did you realize is that the point when you realized you were levels?
No, to be honest, even now I still don't think I'm really.
No, but you have to know your levels now because people. Like obviously, I understand why you might get imposter syndrome at times.
Yeah,
but people are using it. You've had enough. Enough people have used your beats for you to know that your levels.
I would say. I wouldn't even really so much say it's like I knew I was levels, but I would say it was like I knew like there was a pathway. Like if I put my head down and actually like try to get serious about it, I can make something of myself from it. So I've done that. And then after like the Shoki stuff happened, that's where it just started to snowball and more people started hitting me up. And then I think that my first like one where I could actually say, okay, shit, this is something serious was when obviously the Headie song came about. That was Three Brothers.
Free Bad. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that came about. That was on the One project. And then from then, like I literally worked with everybody like that you can think of in like the drill space. So yeah.
Well, so what genre do you reckon you specialize in drill?
Nah.
Yeah, because I know, yeah.
I wouldn't. I got popular
Off drill.
Like
many people in it.
Yeah. So I got my kind of breakthrough through drill. But if I was to say like I specialize in something, we'll just say rap in it or hip hop.
Wait, as a person that as in basically made their breakthrough through drill, is there any technicalities that come with that?
In what sense?
Like being the, for instance, drill is very much fuck that ends.
Oh yeah, there's all that stuff.
Oh please, let me. Have you got any story for me in it,
bro?
I bet you can tell a story. Like I said, it don't have to come out, but I just want to know for me in it.
What I'll say is like, you obviously do get instances like, cool. So for example, I would have instances where sometimes a man from one area will want a beat, but a man from another area wants the same beat. So in that instance, I'm like, shit, what do I do? But at the same time, like, I was still kind of mature enough to realize, like, look, this is not anything to do with me. Whatever you lot rap about on this beat, it's got, that's
Wait, do they understand though?
Yeah, some of them are understanding, but then obviously there's been instances where sometimes I've been in the studio and like, or like just talking to a man, and sometimes they might say, oh, don't give beats to these guys, man. But they'll do it in a joking way, innit? They'll be like, oh, why are you giving this guy beats, man? But it's just, at the end of the day, it's like, what can you really do, innit? You're not involved in these
But
people.
sometimes, have you ever heard a song and you were like, you know what? Have you got a tag?
Yeah.
What does your tag sound like?
It goes, Mika gave you this one.
Okay, cool. Sometimes, have you ever heard the verse and you're like, you know what? Let me take my tag off of this beat.
Yeah, sometimes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
So I've produced a song for him, and obviously that street shit, it's got nothing to do with me, bro. But when
niggas don't understand that.
But when I was younger, I used to think, if I give a beat to this guy, I'm from this area, how am I going to communicate with this person and so and so? But at the end of the day, I just started to realize that, look, this is you lot's issues. I'm just a producer. I'm a civilian at the end of the day, innit? I got no issues with you guys, so let me just get on with what I'm doing, innit? And if someone has a problem about it, I'll just explain, look, it's got nothing to do with me, innit? However you see fit, that's how. And
sometimes some of these individuals that you're dealing with, they don't operate within common sense, isn't it? But you'd be surprised. They're quite understanding though, isn't it?
To be honest, I'm actually kind of lucky because I won't say I got the gift of the gab, but it's like, I can like understand them because I've grown up in these lots of environments. So I already know how to speak to these guys. Like, they'll see you as, oh yeah, he's just a normal youth that he just makes.
Yeah, fact.
Getting on.
Even the way you speak now, you speak with someone that you can tell this guy's got manners. He's polite.
Yeah.
So it's not as though, for instance, if you was to tweak what you were saying and came across a bit more aggressive and gangster with it, they might not have it in it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I guess you've mastered that.
Yeah.
Being professional.
Yeah. That's where you kind of got to know, like, that's another thing in like music as well. Like, you got to know who you're dealing with. So like, if you're dealing with like the drill rapper, the gangster guy, bro, you got to be extra polite in it just to make sure you're not getting on this guy's like, because some of them, not to say that they can be ignorant, but some of them up here is not working properly. So sometimes if you're trying to explain something to a man, he might not understand it the first time, or if you're not polite. So yeah, man. So it's been interesting dealing with a lot of these drill rappers, man.
But you seem to navigate it. You've navigated it quite well.
Yeah, I've tried, man. Somehow I've ended up on the good side of drill music anyway. And
now, how lucrative is making beats? Have you found making? You know, it's crazy because what I know for a fact already is because I've spoken to so many people. Just obviously doing the podcast, I've spoken to bare people before, innit? And there's always, each individual is never happy with their current position in it.
Yeah.
Now, what you've done already in it, you've achieved quite a lot, like producing wise, in terms of you've got big names on your resume. So you might not appreciate the current level that you're at.
Yeah.
Now, what do you reckon, as in, when do you think you started actually making bank?
Boy,
And you're not, like I said, you're not going to think it's bank because you've already achieved it. But when did you start making money for producing?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'll say as little as, I'd say as young as like 17.
Mm-hmm.
So
how old are you now, by the way?
I'm 25.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I would say from as young as 17. So just to obviously like basically journey you through what happened. So after I've like discovered like I'm actually okay at making beats, I was still playing football at the time.
Oh, like levels football?
Yeah, I was quite good, bro. I was quite good.
What position?
Out wide.
Okay, cool.
I was out wide from obviously like secondary school. Then once I've gone college, I played basically centre mid, innit?
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm still I even went to like a football college, innit?
Okay, yeah. So, what school that was?
Rushcroft.
Okay, cool.
So I've gone to football college basically, and I'm juggling playing football and doing music at the same time. So obviously once I've like obviously started to establish my name on SoundCloud and I've started getting a few of these placements, people are actually starting to say, yo, I want to buy your beats. So once people are buying the beats now, I'm in like college lessons, messaging people on Twitter saying, yo, bro, send your bank details and in the lesson. Like, so that's where I started to realize, okay, like it's actually like I can actually start.
How much are you selling them for?
Bro, dirt cheap, like £30, £40. And I was 17 at the time.
But when you sell it, what happens? They own it. What does that even mean?
So, looking back at it, if I'm selling a beat to someone for £30, probably they're not going to own it, but they can just obviously like upload it to SoundCloud or YouTube and do whatever they want with it. But at that time, I don't even think people really had knowledge of like the contracts and stuff. It's only as I like started to progress, that's where I started to learn like everything about owning beats.
At what point you reckon you became fully knowledgeable about basically producer worth?
Only recently, bro. I'll be honest with you. Not recently in the sense that like I'm only just starting to understand it. Like I understand it properly, like just only recently, bro. So,
well, you see your other beats that you had previously. Are the contracts on that like were they patterned?
I would like to say I've had a few mishaps. I'll be honest with you. It's not been smooth all the way through because like being obviously like young, you obviously make mistakes, innit? I've had instances sometimes where people have had the same beat sold to someone, but it's meant to be going to someone else. But this is through like obviously like uploading stuff on the internet and you know like someone can take a beat from YouTube, another man has not been informed that they've taken that beat, and then it just causes like a misunderstanding between people sometimes. So yeah.
Oh, so that happens. Your beat goes, you sell it to somebody, but somebody else has already got the beat, and they've done something with it. They're like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Oh,
that's happened to me a few times, bro.
Bro, what happens in those situations then? Isn't it?
So, boy, one of them, obviously, the guy was he was obviously a bit disgruntled about it, but I ended up sorting it out. And obviously in some other instances, sometimes like I'll tell the people like, look, if it's a misunderstanding, I'll make a similar beat for you, but it will just be like tailored to obviously what you want. And just so that there's no obviously like disagreements or, you know, anyone feeling disgruntled about it.
Fucking hell. I remember back in the day, because back in the day, I used to rap. Back in the day. And
what was the rap name?
What was it? Dammy, maybe, innit?
Man said the government.
Yeah, facts, yeah. Dammy, one of my tracks I said Dammy Lola straight.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I had different names, but I don't think I used to rap under them though, innit? I just had like a normal tag name back in the day. Yeah. But yeah, when I was like doing music and stuff, I found out like 9 times out of 10, the producer owns like 50% of the track.
The song.
Yeah.
That's That's another. I don't think many people know that. That's by law.
By law, really?
Yeah, because it's copyright.
But not if you sign your rights away, I guess.
Yeah, what people don't know is that, like, let's say for example, me and you record a song today, yeah. If you didn't sign off on obviously, yo, I'm gonna pay you for this beat, like, I've got the right to do whatever I want with that song because I own the first copy of that song. The first copy of that song is the beat.
The masters.
Yeah, and then the lyrics come afterwards. That's what combines it into a whole song and it becomes a new master. So that's kind of like a misconception that people have about.
So in your, well, what do you reckon your biggest hit is? You reckon it's Like Me, you reckon?
Yeah, probably. Because it's on like... So if I've tallied up all the streams together on all platforms, minus Apple Music, it's cleared like 100 mil.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Of what? Audio beats? Or just Like Me?
No, just that one song.
Right. So wait, how many streams can you reckon in total, if you was to add them all together, you reckon you contributed to? Over 1 billion, you reckon?
If probably near
on all platforms,
yeah,
not just Spotify.
Yeah, probably near.
Fucking hell,
because you can't see. Apple don't share their data, innit?
Yeah.
So I know YouTube, Spotify, and all like the other ones. I've done about 450. So I checked it the other day, like 450 something, like 458, 460.
How much you reckon you've made off of music? Yeah, we'll blank it out. This part doesn't even have to come in. But how much do you reckon you've made off of music?
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
Wait, why are you not gassed by this, bruv?
Because it's just...
It's because you're living it now. It's part of your life.
Do you know what it is? It's like when people say, yeah, you know, like when you acquire something or you earn something.
Once you've got it.
You want more, innit?
Yeah.
And to be honest, like, I've got family in that as well, and obviously, like, for them, they're looking at it as like, bro, look at this guy, he's just making beats. And he's just making bare noise, innit?
Yeah.
But like, for them, obviously, they're gonna want to see like tangible things, like, all right, cool, you've bought your mum a yard and you've sorted everyone out and all of this stuff. So it's like, once you're kind of at that point, and obviously knowing that we come from African backgrounds and that, they look at these things like they're joke things, innit? So for me, it's just once I've obviously been able to like pattern myself and then I can actually start to help immediate family, that's where I'll kind of say to myself like, all right, cool, like I've actually made something of this. Now,
you obviously, being African, you went to university, cool, and then you dropped out.
This is going to be funny.
Wait, explain what happened. Why did you drop out?
So, as I was saying before, I went to a football college and, bro, I went... At this point, yeah, I'm going studio late. I'm coming home at like 2, 3 a.m. My mum's calling aunties and that, like screaming down the phone, where is he? Like, he's outside late and all of this stuff. So obviously, I gave myself an ultimatum because I went on a job, like basically like interview, work experience type of thing. I did 1 day of it. I said to myself, I can't do this.
Right.
Yeah, I said, this is not for me, man.
What, work?
Yeah, it's not for me. I can't do it, bro. I can't, like, it's not even to degrade anyone or like...
No, but it's not for you.
Yeah, like I knew it's just not something that I want to be doing. So, bro, it even goes as far as, bro, I was going to do like a hospitality job at White Hart Lane.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, as on the first day I meant to do the shift, bro, something just came over me. I was in the line of when people are starting to get ready to come into like, to clock in. Bro, I turned back and went home.
Right.
My mum don't know. She doesn't know till this day. Like because she thought I was actually going to go and start and do the shift. I turned back and went home, but I say, I'm not doing
it. Wait, so technically you've never worked a day in your life? That is cold, though.
Yeah, it's just...
But also there's pressure on you as well, isn't it? Yeah. This shit has to work.
Yeah, I've got no plan B, bro. It's got to be this, bro.
Fucking hell.
But to me, I see it as good pressure because, like, there's a quote that, like, someone says, like, to see if someone is truly intelligent is to see if they're able to follow through with a plan that they have and to execute it. Like, with no plan B. Like, I've got no plan B. Like, my original plan was I wanted to be a football player. But obviously,
Why didn't that work out?
I just say politics, man. Obviously, I was good at football. I was actually quite good. But like one thing that I learned about football that's similar to music is a lot of politics, man. Like sometimes you can be going to a club and obviously they want to sign a player, but obviously the position that they're signing you in, they might have a boy that's been there from like 7 years old. His mum knows the flipping coach and they've been friends and they're going to offer this boy a contract from when he was like 9 years old. So there's things like that, innit? And I was just tired of that, bro. Like just getting overlooked. And
what clubs were you playing for?
so obviously I started Sunday League, team called Flanders.
Oh, okay.
Then when I got to about year 10, I had a trial at Southend. I had like a few trials at Barnet as well.
Oh, okay.
And then obviously from there, wasn't successful there. Then obviously I've ended up going to obviously a college program, Rushcroft. And from there, like my college was like one of the best football colleges in the country. Like we got to the semi-finals of like the National Cup for all the...
I know there's one in North as well. I forgot.
Yeah.
That one's linked to either QPR or Barnet, one of the two.
Yeah.
Is Rushcroft, is that linked to a football club?
Nah, so they weren't linked to any football club, but obviously like they were like known for being a football college. So with them, obviously we would play a lot of these like other colleges that did football as well. And like we just used to just turn them over like every week, bro. Like we was winning like 7-0s, 6-1s, like crazy scores. So we was quite good. Obviously a lot of us did have obviously like trials at a lot of other clubs. I remember there was a boy that I used to play with that played for he was at West Ham. One of my brethren used to play for Southend as well. So there was a few players there, man. We did our thing, but I don't know if a lot of them are still playing football now.
Well, are you reckon you're good right now?
Yeah, I'll still twist man up, bro.
Wait, so when you see the Saudi shit, what does that make you do? Because you're still of the age, bro. You can go down there, bro.
My little brother says to me, hey, bro, why don't you just try and get fit and
go Saudi,
I don't know, man. I just, bro, football is just... I love football as well, innit? But it's just... Bro, music is where my heart is at, man.
Yeah, facts. You can do both though, no?
Yeah, bro, I haven't had a kickabout for a long time. I need to see if I still got it.
Yeah, no. Well, I feel like class is kind of permanent.
Yeah, exactly.
I used to be good, like back in my friends were trying to say I wasn't, but I used to be good back in the day. And I'm saying, if I was to certain things I'll do on a football pitch now, you could tell that this guy knew how to play football once upon a time.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm shit now.
There's certain techers that, you know.
But what am I saying? So what is your pattern of, because obviously I guess, because you, like I said, you haven't got a routine. You're not on 9 to 5 or whatsoever. And you know that you have to try and make money. There's no plan B for you. What does a day look like for you? Do you wake up and make beats? Because you kind of have to get into some sort of routine, or some sort of thing to make a living. So what does your day look like then?
So, bro, I'll be honest with you. My days are relaxed, bro. So I'll wake up. I'm not like a person that is like, I just don't do nothing and just make beats. Like I obviously do other stuff. So like I like to educate myself a lot. Like I'd sit down, like watch podcasts and that. Then
this can't come out.
of course. So then educational stuff as well. But there'll be like periods in the day. I call it like the spirit of music, basically, where there will just be something that comes over me where I'll be like, cool. It's time like to make music, innit? So I'll do that and like lock in for a few hours and just make as many beats as I can throughout that period of time. Then like if I feel like it's good enough to get sent out to someone, or if I have someone in mind that I feel like, oh, this person might sound good on it, I'll send it to them.
Does that shit work?
Yeah, bro. But it's like the lottery based.
Yeah,
it's not this. It's literally that. But it's not the same as it used to be, because when I was coming up, like there wasn't as much producers as there are now. Like now, there's just, bro, it's endless of how much producers there are. And like when you're cold calling or like pitching your beats to these artists, there weren't a lot of people that were like, not to say like I was anything, but like sick producers. So if you're cold calling, like, I don't know, let's say for example, you're sending something to He was big at the time. Like K-Trap, for example, if I would send something to him, if I sent him something that was hard, there's a likelihood that it's probably gonna get used or someone will do something with it because there's not just as many producers sending beats to that email. So as time's progressed, it's obviously been a bit more like difficult because imagine you as an artist, you're getting 300 emails from bare different producers. You're not going to have the time to sit and listen. But imagine in 2016, you might get 5 beats from a producer. You've listened to all of them. One of them is hard. You'll hit up that you and say, yo, bro, let me use this beat. And that's how it was for me. So, yeah, man.
Obviously, I must have built a rapport up now with a few artists. If some artists actually message you and be like, yeah, what you got for me? Nah.
Yeah, like, bro, I'll be honest with you. Like, I don't know how it is for other producers, but for me, like, I'm still in shock that some of you guys, like, yeah, you know, actually know who I am. And it's even got to a point where, like, some of them, you know, like, when you meet someone, sometimes, like, you can kind of, like, you can have a rapport with them, like, to where you can crack jokes to where you're almost brethren. I feel like a lot of my relationships with a lot of these artists are like that. Like, a lot of these guys are like my brethrens, bro.
Oh, that's
whereas, like, with some other producers, they might not be as, like, close to them or, like...
Has anyone gone Hollywood on you? It's funny enough, I know, but this might not come out anyway, but I know...
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
But no, because he started asking for payment for beats, isn't it?
Oh, this is a good topic, bro. Because... Do you know what it is? As a producer, yeah, if you've... It's weird because if you've come up with a man, pause. if you've obviously like come through, pause again, with a man at a certain time and like you're his go-to producer, but you're also kind of brethrens as well, there can sometimes be a grey area where if you're asking for payment, man might be looking at you like, huh? Like, we're brethrens, bro. We never used to. But at the end of the day, bro, you're a producer, bro. You've delivered the man a service, pause. And, and bro, we might need a pause counter, but yeah, like, if someone's giving you something and, like, you've used it now and obviously you're expecting compensation from it, you shouldn't say a man's gone Hollywood in a sense, because it's like, bro, like, I've helped you. Like,
yeah, facts. And now you get to do shows off of this song.
Yeah, bro. You can tour the world off of this song.
I need something.
Yeah, bro. And a lot of times, like, a lot of producers might feel burnt in a sense that, like, I've come up with this guy and, like, he's not giving me, like, no, like, compensation for anything. Not even a shout out sometimes, bro. Bro, this producing scene is dark sometimes, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Dark is hilarious.
Yeah, bro, because, bro, sometimes, like, I'll hear, like, stories of producers sometimes where they might have worked with someone for so long and the artist is just dogging them out, like, treating them like a slave factory worker.
It's funny, because you remember when, before Pop Smoke died, there's M1 on the beat?
808 Mellow.
Well, one of them, one of the guys, I remember, I think one of them leaked his messages with Pop Smoke. And I think Pop Smoke just made with Christopher Walken or something.
Yeah.
And then he just put it out and he didn't. And the guy's like, yo, you just put a song out, I haven't been paid. Oh, don't watch that. We'll pay you like later down the line, innit?
Yeah.
So it's like, has that happened to you before? Where?
Yeah, of course, bro.
Yeah.
But you see with that though, yeah, like, the way you can navigate that sometimes is like, there's two ways you can go about it. You can do the aggressive route where you're on some, hey bro, I'm gonna take your music down if you don't pay for these beats. Like, you can go the tug way, the gangster way, or you can go the civil way where, like, you're like a bit more relaxed and, like, you try and figure it out. What I found a lot of the time in my career per se is, if I do the civil route and man's taking the piss, I'm going the tug route. And then once you go that route, that's when people start to fix up. But there will be instances sometimes where it's genuinely just a misunderstanding where, I don't know, maybe the label might have had to put the music out And like no one's been compensating, no contracts have been drawn up, and just, you know, they just needed to do what they needed to do at the end of the day.
But that works if the song does well, innit? If the song does shit, like...
No, if the song doesn't do well, alright, cool. For example, if someone put something out on my beat and the song didn't do anything, I'll be like, I ain't chasing this, man. It's not even worth the P. It's not even worth it. But if the song does well, that's where you kind of have to get your business hat on and say, all right, cool, how am I going to try and get like compensated for this? And, you know, you have to work
but
it
surely
out.
they'll reach out at one point. If the song is if the song starts doing a mazza,
They don't reach out.
They have to though. Because you can take, like you said, you'll be able to take 50% of the song.
But that's the thing. Most producers don't know that. So if you don't know that they've put your song out and you own the song, essentially you're in the dark because you've got a song that's streaming mad, it's going viral, but you don't know how to sort it out. And that's where all these lawyers and all of these people get involved. And obviously, like if obviously you're at a point where you don't know what to do, bro, sometimes some people have to stomach it and swallow it, bro, because where do you get help from? So it's unfortunate sometimes, man.
Well, do you know any of the people that are you in a community of producers that their WhatsApp group?
To be honest, I was in a producer group when I was a little younger. Like we had a drill group called Brigade.
Okay.
So obviously this
drill producer group.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in this drill producer group, it was basically like, I would say every popping drill song that you can think of came from this group.
Okay, let's see. Okay, Bob, I'm gonna name someone. 6-7 with what's it called? With gigs.
Let's Lurk.
Let's Lurk.
Yeah,
Raw.
That was a producer that I know got on him. He also done Man's Not Hot.
Oh yeah, it's the same beat.
Yeah, same beat.
He must be clear, boy.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay, let me think of another one. No Better, I guess.
That was another group. However, we was all kind of in the same ecosystem.
Oh, okay, cool. Let me think. Drill songs. What's the K-Trap one, man? The one everyone warm.
M1 on the beat.
Is that he made warm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same group.
Right. What's that Loski one?
Hazard.
Yeah.
Different group, but same ecosystem.
Okay, cool. So you got, and how many people in this group, you reckon?
Bro, there was like 25 of us, bro.
And they were responsible for the drill?
I'll put it this way. It was me, MK the Plug, M1 on the beat, Gotti on them, 5 beats. Bro, even Dot Rotten was in this group, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he made beats as well. Zeph Ellis, Simps Beats.
I've heard of Zeph Ellis, yeah.
There was a producer called Hawks. One of the youths that made Homer and B.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's in this group as well, bro. There was bare of us, bro.
And what were you guys discussing? It was like a union for producers?
Yeah, in a sense. In a sense. Bro, so it wasn't even so much of a union in a sense. It was just like... It was just our little community. Like, we would, like, make beats with each other. We'd go studio and, like, bro, we would have, like, different rooms of, like, producers cooking up in each room. Sometimes, like, you might see, like, 4 man on one beat. One time, pause. 4 man on one computer making a beat at the same time, and like we'll send them off to different artists and all sorts, bro. These was crazy days, bro. I'll be honest.
So wait, how influential do you guys reckon you are in elevating the UK music scene then, isn't it? Because because drill took UK music probably the furthest it's probably ever been.
Do you know what? I'll say I think we're often overlooked, but it won't be spoken about in present time.
Yeah.
It will be spoken about like later. That's what I have the patience for that. Like I'll rather get my flowers when later, like, because even now, like drill music is still played and stuff like now, but I just feel like it doesn't have the same impact that it once had. So people will realize later on down the line.
Yeah, facts, because it's rare that, for instance, because obviously Chicago made drill, but the UK drill sound, that is one sound that actually the UK influenced where it went worldwide and people were copying us. And we were doing it better than everybody else was doing it, innit?
So what happened with that was drill came here from the producer of Hazards.
Mm-hmm.
He was the first producer that actually like created like the skeleton for what a drill beat is. Do you remember Lil Bibby and G Herbo?
Yeah.
So they were using the earliest form of what UK drill was, those beats. Do you remember the tune Kill Shit?
Yeah, that's my shit, yeah.
That's the first. Yeah, that's the first.
Okay.
That's the first drill song ever. That's the first drill song.
The first our drill song is Kill Shit, you reckon, by Lil Bibby and basically that format of it.
Yeah, so that format of it is like the first skeleton of what a drill beat is. And then obviously like when it came here...
It came to Brixton first.
Yeah, it came to there. And then obviously they've all got their own discussions of who started it first. But the first person who should be credited for drill is a producer called Quiet Pack. He was the first.
And in your community, would those guys agree with you?
Yeah.
Quiet Pack?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Where is he now?
I'm not sure what he's doing, you know, bro. I still follow him on Instagram, but I'm not sure if he's really making beats as much as he used to. But I think he's more into like digital stuff, like cameras, like recording and stuff. Because I think he was a cameraman as well.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think he does that as well.
Now, explain, obviously, one of your biggest... I think I saw a clip of this. I didn't actually get to watch all of it because I didn't want to copy anything from your sit-down. How did Like Me come about then?
So that song, how's it just lost? I've literally lost my chain of thought. How that song come about? So literally, Meekz must have phoned me one day, because obviously we had been working before already, innit? So he phoned me one day and he was like, "Oh yeah, like come to Manchester, innit? I want to work on some stuff." But obviously, even with that...
Hold on 1 second. What's that? Battery exhausted. Yeah, 1 sec.
Hey, bro, you're good at what you do, man. This is like, it's natural, bro. Yeah, you got...
Yeah, no, I'm just interested in it. Yeah, back to, what's it called? Like Me story, innit?
So, yeah.
He told you to come to Manchester.
Yes.
On whose coin, by the way? Does he pay for your ticket or you just...
No, I was paying for it. Okay. So, obviously, he's told me to come to Manny. I've ended up staying at his, and then for like the first 2 days that we was there.
What, his yard?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Right, so you man are boys then, I guess.
Yeah. Basically, that's kind of what I was saying before. Like with a lot of like artists, some like producers don't really have relationships with these guys, so I don't know what they see in me. So, but it's like, these men actually see me as like their brethren, basically. So yeah, I've ended up going to his yard. The first 2 days, we didn't really do anything. The third day that I was there, I think we went out, but we've ended up coming back late. I think we came back at 11 or something. So he's sitting down on the sofa just playing COD and I'm making something. And then I didn't even realize what I was making. He's obviously starting to mumble stuff whilst he's rapping. Then obviously like the first line of the song, he says new bands. Then I was like, wait, this is it. I said to him, tomorrow we're going studio. We've gone to a studio, bro. It's like in some youth's house. Bro, his mum's downstairs. Bro, the studio's upstairs in his bedroom. I'm sitting on this youth's bed. I'm thinking, like, what kind of studio is this? Not to disrespect him, but it wasn't a proper studio setup. So obviously, he's obviously like just recording the song, laying the song. I'm saying like, cool, this has got legs. Like it's got potential to do something. So then I've had a train to catch to go back to London. My train was at like 5. We've got that at 2. He's done like 3/4 of the song and then I've left. So now I've not heard the song for like over 6 months. I just heard a preview of it on Snapchat. So then one day he invited me back up to Manchester again because he was doing the video now. He was doing the video.
What, the official one?
Yeah, he's done the video shoot now. Bro, video shoots are so long, bro. So long. He's done the video shoot now. It's in like a like an event center, but they obviously changed it for like multi-purpose stuff. So he's doing all the video and the scenes with all like the clones and that. He's had to change his outfits bare times and that. That's where I've actually started to say, like, cool, maybe this song can do something. When the song,
so he's got real budget behind him.
Yeah, bro, he was signed, didn't it?
Okay, yeah.
So when he's done all of that now, like 2 weeks later, the songs come out. I'm like, bro, I didn't know what to say, bro. Because like the reactions that people were like getting from it, I was like, bro, what's going on? Like, this is crazy, bro. Like within the first week, I think it was on like 1 million views or something, like within the first week.
Right.
And this was like, it wasn't like 1 million views of what 1 million views is now, whereas like some people are getting 1 million views within like 2-3 days. This was when like it actually took a bit of time for 1 million views to accumulate. But for him to do that in like a couple days, it was like trending on YouTube, like #1. And then he dropped a EP afterwards, and like that EP was being received well. Like I
produced. Which one's on the Rapper Side is on? I like that song.
That's not on the EP, but that's like it was leading up to it.
Well, do you know the producer of that one?
That was a producer called Quez Darko, Slow Tie's producer.
Slow Tie, yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So he's produced bits for him as well. But yeah, literally after that, the Can't Stop Won't Stop EPs end up coming out. I think it charted number 32 in the charts.
And how many songs of yours are on that EP?
Like 4. I done like 66% of it, I think.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, so I'm just grateful to have even been able to just
So if you was to create a new album now, what's the likelihood you're going to be on it? Do you expect to be on it?
Yeah, I probably will be.
But do you expect to be on it?
It's not really an expectation, but I know I'm...
But low-key, there's an expectation there. There has to be in it. Because, you'll be appalled, you'll be hurt if you wasn't on it. Because of the chemistry you built.
I'll say, like, mine and his relationship is like Dre and 50, basically. Or who can you say? Like, Young Thug and Weezy, or like Metro and Future. Like, that's how me and him are. So even if I'm not on that project... I'm still going to have an input, because one of his projects I wasn't on, but I was still in and around the project. Like, I'm listening to the songs, I'm telling him, yo, that's shit, or this is not good, or this is good, and you get me? So I'll still, like, even if I'm not directly on it, my imprint is still going to be there.
Because
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
How did Headie get a hold of you then, innit?
That was kind of just through literally cold calling, basically. So just being obviously like younger and just trying to figure my way out in the industry, like I used to just send stuff everywhere to anybody that I could send stuff to. So I can't, if I'm being totally honest with you, I can't even remember how they got hold of that beat. I think I might have sent the beat. Nah, I know how it happened. I sent the beat to RV. Then RV's ended up like using it, but I didn't know he put like 4 other men on the song, and Headie's ended up being on the song. Then obviously I got paperwork sent over for the song. That's even another that's even another discussion. But yeah, I've got paperwork given for that song, and then obviously that's
when they send you paperwork.
Yeah,
who sent you paperwork?
I think it might have been Adnan. You know, maybe. Maybe. But I got sent paperwork for the song, signed off on it and all that stuff. And then, the song ended up being on the project.
Fucking hell, man. Well, wait, and what stuff was it? Loski as well? How did that,
So that, I made the beat with M1 on the beat. He sent me something. I've like completely flipped the beat. Then I think he sent it out to someone. Then I've just ended up hearing, oh yeah, Loski's on this beat as well. And then that's literally how it came about.
Right, so you just find shit out as opposed to...
do you know what? I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm kind of lucky. Like, I don't know if I've got some sort of special luck, but bro, sometimes like I'll just send stuff somewhere. I won't hear about it for months. Then I'll hear, all right, cool, this person's ended up using it. This person's ended up using it. And that's just how a lot of my career I attribute it to luck, bro.
Yeah, but I guess when you do things a lot, you kind of get to make your own luck, innit? So it's lucky that you're putting yourself in position.
Yeah, it's like coordinated luck in a sense, basically.
Yeah, well, so explain why you got kicked out of university again? Or why you decided to just... you said you went for a job interview and then you thought, nah, fuck this.
So after that, basically, like, bro, I was basically getting into spats with my mum, innit? Mm-hmm. She was basically on a thing of like, look, you need something to do. And I was saying to her, like, but music is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. But she's not trying to hear what I'm doing. Bro, I nearly got kicked out off of this music shit, bro.
Oh, wow.
So with her, she was like, cool, make a decision, innit? It's either you're going to go to school or you're going to do music. I said to myself, all right, cool, let me try the university thing for like a couple months. Mm-hmm. At my university, it wasn't a thing of like...
what university did you go to?
It was Doncaster University, but it wasn't like an actual proper university that I had to go into. It was like an online kind of course that I was doing. It was sports science, innit? So they was a bit more kind of lenient. And you was playing football with it as well. So I said to myself, is it going to be music or is it going to be uni? I just say, yeah, I'm going to do music, innit? And then stopped attending the lectures and slowly started to drift away from it. And then, yeah, literally just fell head first into
does your mum believe in it now?
She's still shaky about it, but she's obviously seen enough to where she can actually say...
you're not financially asking her for bread or anything.
Yeah, like I don't have to like rely on like anybody, innit? I'm self-sufficient at the end of the day. So that's kind of from a mother's perspective, that's all they want at the end of the day, innit? They want you to obviously make sure that you can take care of yourself and your job is stable and, you know, so for me, it was just a thing of like... as long as I can get myself stable, that's where she can start to see like, all right, cool, it's making sense for him now. So yeah, that's all it was.
Okay. Now, what was it? Last year, like 2024, what do you reckon was the biggest thing that you've done, like music-wise?
Well, I would say probably...
And you're still not signed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, and have you got management?
Yeah.
How do you get management? And explain that as well.
So,
a couple questions, in fact, yeah. So, first and foremost, what was it? Biggest song last year, and then just speak about your management as well and how you managed to get there.
So, if 2024 was a quiet year for me. I'll be honest. I didn't really do as much as I should have, but obviously, Meekz's last EP went number 12 in the charts, so it was my first top 20. And
would you get plaques and shit?
Not for top 20s. I think top 10s they've started doing plaques for it. But I got a plaque for it went number 1 in 2 charts. So it went number 1 in a hip hop and R&B chart, and it went number 1 in an independent chart.
And you get something for that?
Yeah, but I only ordered the independent one because that's more serious to me.
Oh, you have to pay for it?
Yeah, of course.
Well, how much is it?
I paid like $260 something.
That's a lot though. It's like,
but that's not even the heavy ones. The heavy ones are like plaques that are like that, but like you see like the proper plaques that people get, those are pricey, bro.
Wait, so if you go number 1, you still have to pay for the shit?
Yeah. It's pain, innit? But it's just this nature of the game.
How they make their bread. Now, in terms of your management, how did they manage to get you?
So the management, I'll be honest with you, I had a few managers, you know, but the management that I'm with now, he's kind of like, I would say he's kind of like my brethren, but he hit me up at a time where like not really much was going on. He kind of liked what I was doing and he just messaged me one time and he was like, look, I've got a studio, come down to the studio, come and see what I'm doing. And obviously I spoke with him. I heard what he obviously wants to do and like what he wants to like do in the future as well. I was like, yeah, no, this guy's cool. He seems all right. And just, yeah, since then, we've just been...
So what does management actually offer you? As in what? Free studio, I guess?
I mean, they can house you. They can give you a space to work. But management essentially are meant to obviously like put you in sessions with like artists that they see fit for you to work with. They obviously are meant to like look over like your business affairs and like your contracts. Like, let's say, for example, you need to get a beat like negotiated. they will speak to the management of that artist. So that obviously like the artists and the producers don't have to deal with each other.
Yeah, they don't have to clash.
It makes it messy because I've had instances where I've been my own manager and I'm having to speak on the perspective of management and as the beat maker or the producer. And I've always found that if someone else is speaking for you, it's better because you're not speaking from a place of ego. If you're speaking for yourself, it's like you're still speaking from ego because you're speaking for what you want. Whereas if someone else is speaking, they're just speaking because I'm looking out for this person and, you know.
Wait, what percentage does your management take? Yeah,
20%.
How do you feel about that? Certain times, isn't it?
I mean, if you're doing your job, then 20% is nothing, bro. If you're doing your job, but if
you're giving me opportunity and I'm saying we're raking it in, come take 20%.
Yeah, but if you're not doing nothing, but that's another gripe I have, bro. I'm gonna talk up the things in it, bro. There's bare people in the industry right now that are not competent, that should not be managing a lot of people. Like a lot of people, and a lot of the people who are in this game for like fashion and being around the musicians and wanting to go to all of these shows and they're taking 20%. Like that's not right, man.
Yeah, facts.
That's not right. Especially coming from someone who actually loves, because you got these people's careers in your hands, bro. And if you're misleading these people's careers, it won't be long until you're back to square one.
Well, how quickly can you end a management contract?
It all depends, obviously. If it's on paper, and you're dealing with someone who's cool and you just say like, look, I want to move on.
It's not really working for me.
Yeah, it's not really working, then it can end like that. But if you got like Suge Knight as your manager, then you're pissed, innit? Because that guy's not got what makes it worse is if you're lucrative, what incentive do they have to let you go?
Yeah, facts.
Like, why would I let you go if you're making me all this bank? Like, why? Like, so... Yeah, man, it can be complicated. I'll be honest with you. It can get tricky.
Fuck it. So what are your plans for this year then, innit?
This year is I'm just trying to just work with as much people as I can. Just try and get more more music in the charts, because obviously that matters as well. But just try to work with more newer acts as well, because a lot of the new generation are coming through as well.
Have you written down all your accomplishments on a piece of paper yet?
Yeah.
Is it? How does that look and how does that make you feel?
I feel good about it, but it's just there's always more that you can do at the end of the day, innit? And like I try not to like rest on my laurels at the end of the day, because if you do that, it's easy to get like you can fall behind. Just like let's say for example you've produced like a big Drake song. If you rest on I've produced for Drake,
that's it,
and that's it,
you're done.
Yeah, it's like yeah, you've produced for Drake, but who cares? Like what else have you done? Like it's you gotta just continually, just repeatedly just continue to do stuff, and then once your career's done, that's when you can look back and say, "Oh, what a career I've."
Well, what genres haven't you? What genre can't you make a beat for? Or do you reckon you're well rounded?
Nah, I'm well rounded, man. I can make any
R&B as well. You reckon?
Yeah.
Have you made R&B?
Yeah.
Is it one that's gone off?
I haven't made R&B for like any actual R&B artist, but as far as like if you was to sit me down in the studio and say, oh yeah, like I want an R&B beat, like I can do it. Like I can make. To come back to what you said before as well, like how did you know you was levels at making beats? I knew I was levels when I can make any genre. Like I can make anything to like at least like a palatable level to where people of like, let's say for example I was making like you know the Brazilian music, the cha. I can make that.
Okay, cool.
And they will actually be able to vibe with it.
And they'll be like, oh wow, this is our shit.
Yeah. So
fair dues, isn't it?
Yeah, so I can kind of do anything, bro. Okay.
Now, obviously, it might get kind of lonely making beats and that, innit? That's what touched on the emotional side, innit? Like,
yeah.
When's the last time you felt kind of inadequate?
In what sense?
Like making beats and thought, oh shit, this shit ain't gonna pop. I'm not good anymore.
All the time, bro.
Is it?
Yeah, bro.
Right.
All the time.
Fucking hell, man.
But how you get through that is obviously, it's kind of a double-edged sword at the end of the day, because you can say to yourself, you don't want to look back at what you've done. But if you don't look back at what you've done, then you won't know how far you've came. So sometimes I might think, shit's just not working for me, man. But then sometimes like I'll look at the plaques in my house, or I'll look at obviously like how much streams man's been able to accumulate off of this stuff, or even just looking at comments and stuff. Sometimes even people might message me on Instagram sometimes and say like, yo, bro, like I'm a big fan of your work and all of that stuff. Like, it's crazy, bro. And I feel like sometimes that's like universal science to just tell you like, bro,
continue doing
keep going. So yeah, it's just, but all the time, bro, man, you get imposter syndrome all the time.
Yeah, and for instance, because I think I had a Wizzy Wow on here one time.
Yeah, that's my boy's brethren.
Which boy? Who's your boy?
He's a producer called R&R.
Okay, cool. And yeah, what did he say? He said the one time he was inside of a room with a bunch of execs, isn't it? And they told him, yo, make this beat, isn't it? And they were just watching him. Have you had any moments like that yet where your back's against the wall and you're being forced to deliver and you're like, oh my God, am I actually good enough to do this?
Nah, not really. I'm kind of lucky because my positioning in the industry is like, I'm in a grey area because I'm not signed, but I still work with industry artists. So for me, like my instances have not been so professional to where like there's like 10 executives in the room and like, I don't know, the president of this label is one.
Why are you not signed though? You don't want to be signed. Is there?
It's just...
I've never heard great things about being signed anyway. Most of the stories, they seem to be...
Like, being signed is calm. It's just what you negotiate at the end of the day. And like, for me, I haven't been offered anything that's like life-changing enough. Like, I've said to myself, like, bro, if I've given myself nearly 10 years to 15 years of grind, if I sign, it has to change my life, bro.
Yeah, my lifestyle has to be significant.
Yeah, it has to change, bro. I can't...
I need to be complaining about this later on.
Yeah, because that's even another thing, bro. Better of these guys will sign deals and complain afterwards, but it's like, bro, like... And I think executives are getting pissed off about this as well, because, bro, we're giving you these contracts... You man are going to go and take this money to go and buy chains and do all kinds of stupid stuff. But realistically, that's meant to be reinvested in what you're doing in the art. Or at least if you're not going to do that, go buy stocks or go buy gold or go and, you know, use the money properly, innit? So for me, it's just been a thing of like, if I'm going to sign, like I need to sign for something that is like, I can take care of my...
What number do you reckon that is right now?
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
Well, have you got a particular label that you've got that you've heard good things about when it comes to signing?
Yeah, you hear drips and jabs from different labels, but for me, like, I don't really look at it like that. It's not really so much the labels, the people that you're working with, because sometimes, like, you might be in a label where one man could be working to this in this building for like 6 months and then he's gone and he's at another label and then these new people that have come in, they don't give a shit about you because you're not one of their signed. It's like football, bro.
Facts. And you're not the manager that signed him.
So I don't care for this guy unless you're a cash cow and you're like one of their like
main stars,
darlings of the label where they see like this is our guy, like we need to take care of him. They don't care, bro.
That's crazy. And what was that? Well, when was the last time you cried? And what was that for?
Last time I cried was like family stuff, innit?
Is it?
Bereavement, innit?
Is it? What happened? Who?
My grandma.
Oh, right. Well, how long ago was that?
2021, I think. Yeah.
All right. And when you had a relationship with her?
Nah, I never met her.
And you cried?
Yeah.
What'd you cry for? My grand, was it? My mum's going to be pissed at this, isn't it? But my granddad died on my mum's side and my grandma died on my dad's side. Bro, certain times I'd be thinking like, I lack compassion or something, innit?
Nah, because for me, I cried because I went to Congo for the funeral.
Oh, wow, okay.
So...
Okay, yeah, going to the funerals are different.
Yeah, like it was kind of like the first funeral that I went to as well that is like kind of a person that's close to me. But what kind of made me like a bit emotional about it was just the amount of people that was there. I'm not a people person. I don't really I don't move in big crowds and stuff like that. So just to see like the amount of love that she had and like just people in the area and people coming out for her, bro. I had the army at my grandma's funeral, bro.
And 2021, right? Fucking hell, that could have been peak because there's war going
bro,
on.
I'll tell you a funny story, yeah. Bro, some guy that was at the funeral, he tried to go into my grandma's house and steal plates.
Wow.
Africa, bro.
Wow. Well, at the funeral?
Yes. Bro, the army caught him, yeah. Do you know what they done to this guy? Bro, I remember this day, 12 o'clock. It was beaming, it was hot. You know, like them army trucks that have you seen like pickup trucks? And they've got like the part where people can go inside and stand on it and sit down where you put shit. Bro, they got this guy, they tied him up and they left him there, burning in the sun, scorching. They left him there for like 6 hours.
Is he all right?
I think he's calm today. But brother, he was cooked by the end of the day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, bro. Yeah, basically.
Trying to steal in it. They did, because they disciplined in a minute. Because, bro, it's her funeral day. Why are you stealing from her yard, bro? Like, what's wrong with you?
No one's going to be there.
Yeah, like, what's wrong with you, bro?
And that's mental. Well, how do you reckon, because you seem like a lovely guy, innit? How do you reckon you've managed to navigate not being in this gang business, innit? Especially being from where you're from as well.
I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, growing up around it, you see it, but it's just like, I always thought it was dumb. Like, I always kind of knew it was like a bit stupid, and like just family and like the kind of family that I come from, if I was to go down that path, they'll look at me like, bruv, this guy's an idiot, bruv, what's he doing? So just that was enough for me to just know, like, bruv, I'm not going to fall into that path or just try and, you know, get involved in that stuff.
Okay, well, you reckon football might have helped as well, innit?
Yeah, because
you're good. Because certain times, even if you're good, the fact that you're around, because you managed to basically rub shoulders with these individuals, isn't it? You live in the area. You also make beats for drill. So
there's bare factors that go into it.
It's all around you, innit?
Yeah.
So to navigate that cleanly, innit? Like, obviously, you've definitely done well, innit? You're definitely doing something.
Yeah, it's just, do you know what it is? I feel like just being young and black and like from the ends, you just got to know how to maneuver, bro. At the end of the day, it's like, if you know, like, cool, there's a set of men that are on badness. You got the footballers, you got obviously the niggas that are doing F and all of this kind of stuff. You just got to know that, all right, cool, what is my lane? If you rule out badness, then you might fall into the fraudster lane or whatever. If that's not for you and you're just a normal guy, then you just have to be a normal guy, because if you don't obviously stay to the lane that is true to you, I feel like life will show you things that will show you that, bruv, this is not for you.
100%.
So I feel like if obviously you just stick to your path, then things will just plan out and work out how they're meant to work out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
Yeah, so yeah, Wagwan, like, Wagwan now. Is it just going to be beats, or have you got any plans for the future? Where do you reckon your ambition takes you, isn't it? Apart from music, you reckon? Or not, apart from beat making?
So I'm quite, obviously, like, progressing into the industry. I'm quite interested in, obviously, like, the mechanics of how the industry works, so like the business side. So hopefully in the future, I could get into something like, I don't know, like maybe being a lawyer for like a lot of the younger kids that end up getting signed, or maybe being someone's manager, or even a consultant. Because, bro, I'll be honest with you, I only got 5 years left of this shit, bro.
Is it? Why?
Because I just feel like
that means you're halfway through your career, then, isn't it?
Yeah, like, I feel like music's a young man's game. I mean, there are rappers that are still in their 50s and stuff rapping, but for me, like, once I get to like 30, 35, I just want to live a quiet life.
But you're not rapping though.
Yeah, but even just still being in the industry, you're
like
still kind of you're in and around it, innit? So it's just, I just want to live a quiet life, you know, retire, make my money, have a family, you know, have kids.
You reckon if you was to make bare beats now, you can still sell them in the future, like way in the future.
I'll put it to you this way. I got over 1,500 beats on a hard drive that I started on from about 2019. I would say only about 100 of them have been used.
And you reckon the other ones are still levels?
Yeah.
That's sick.
So I could still, and not even levels in the sense that they're good. I mean levels in the sense that they're timeless. So they're kind of like, I like to make music in a way where like you can still use it 5 years from now and it sounded like I made it yesterday. So that's kind of what I'm kind of grateful for. That's kept me like in this music thing like this long. Well,
so technically you don't have to make another beat again.
Yeah, I could stop if I really wanted to.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
As in, roughly, you could make up to 70 bags a year without doing anything.
Yeah, pop.
Residual. And the more you work, the more that figure can increase, like year on year.
Yeah, so it's just a thing of, I feel like once you, the thing is, music's not a difficult career. It only becomes difficult once it starts to get a bit serious. Once you like have like labels and people involved and there's expectations and stuff, that's where it starts to become a little bit more challenging. But where it was like fun at the start and at the beginning of it, you're just looking at it as like, I'm just doing this for fun and money doesn't even really matter so much. So yeah, man.
Wait, have you, do you live with both of your parents? I mean, as in, did you grow up with both of your parents?
So I grew up with my dad briefly. Then obviously he's gone and done his own thing. And obviously,
what does that mean?
Just dad shit, innit? He's doing what he's doing, innit?
Okay, cool, yeah.
So yeah, he's gone and done what he's gone and done. And then obviously...
Are you still in communication with him now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I still speak with him now. And obviously I was raised by my mum, innit?
What, only child?
Nah, I got a sibling, brother and sister.
Oh, you the oldest?
Yeah, I'm the oldest. Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, you kind of have good, like big brother energy for some reason, though. Yeah, you got big brother energy. Yeah,
really.
Yeah. As in, like, you don't. You seem as though you're somebody that would look after younger.
Yeah, funny enough, like so amongst like my immediate family, even amongst my like cousins, so all my like my grandma's kids. I'm the oldest out of all of the kids of obviously their parents and that.
Yeah, but in saying that as well, yeah, you took a big risk, isn't it? No. But then again, it's saying it's a big risk, isn't it? But really and truly, you're doing something that you love. You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, I feel like the times have kind of changed as well because like conventional jobs, obviously you can earn a living from these jobs, but bro, what do you value? Do you value your time freedom or do you value like a salary? And obviously most people are going to choose security, but for me, if I've got security, knowing that, bruv, I've got some coffee breath guy in my face every day telling me, yo, you need to fax this or sort this out, I wouldn't be happy, bro.
Yeah, facts, man. And a lot of people don't prioritize their happiness, man.
Yeah.
Myself included, bruv, innit? Like, I've got a job as well, innit? Yeah, I work in fucking finance.
Yeah.
And, bro, it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Really?
It's definitely not worth it. It's not worth it for me. I know. I'm not happy doing it, innit?
What makes you say that, though?
What makes me say that I'm not happy?
Yeah.
Because I'm not happy. It's as simple as that. Like, it's one of those ones where sometimes the sound of the email just pisses me off.
Yeah.
When it goes off, isn't it?
I can imagine.
And then you're chatting to people that are more senior than you in the company, and you know that just like in real life, outside of this,
you're a dickhead.
Yeah, like I hate.
Ladies and gentlemen, this part of the conversation is too spicy to come out.
I've not really had them kind of experiences. I think the craziest experience that I've actually kind of had, where I've kind of like felt that this guy's a serious guy. I met one of Pharrell's managers, bro.
Managers, oh right.
His ex-label boss. He basically, he's basically head of a publishing company right now. And I think this is when this label wanted to sign me. So I've gone to like the meeting, I've gone to the office and so on. So the A&R's basically like made me meet him and so on. So as I'm like shaking his hand, I've shook his hand. I'm looking at him. I'm saying, yeah, this is a serious man. I would not want to get on the wrong side of this guy. But obviously, all in all, it was a nice meeting. But sometimes, like, you can just tell who means business and who doesn't at the end of the day.
Facts,
innit?
man. Facts.
Yeah.
My guy, lovely for coming on, man.
Nah, thank you, bro. It's a
saying,
pleasure,
man.
bro. Like I said, I'm a fan of the podcast. I'm happy to be here. And, you know, another thing is I feel like in this country, I don't think people really rate producers a lot. So just sometimes like to have producers talk like in long form content.
Yeah, I love hearing from producers all the time, innit?
Yeah, bro.
I love hearing from them, innit? Because obviously there's such, as in obviously the star, the rapper or the vocalist, they always get they're the ones
shine,
doing the
innit?
shows,
Yeah.
isn't it, and stuff, isn't it? But
I, to be honest, I don't even really want the shine. It's just more so I just kind of want people to just have a little bit more of like an affinity for producers, because like we're the soundtrack of life in a sense, if you think about it, because a lot of the music,
like I said, in terms of when the sound, like when the UK drill sound goes off, it's not necessarily the artists that are doing that. When people hear that drill sound in it, it's the producers that kind of created that. So when people are stealing the UK sound, the sound comes from the producer, innit?
Yeah.
Really and truly, innit?
Yeah, so it's kind of just want people to just kind of like have a bit of more understanding of what producers do, a bit more respect for them, and just, you know, just not think that we're just some people that are just sitting down on laptop every day and just...
Easy to think that though, bro. Easy to think that. Wait. Do you have to get out a lot? As in, because obviously your bread and butter comes from like making beats and shit, innit? Like, so sometimes you have to just leave the house and go for a walk and shit.
Yeah.
Like, do you make sure you factor that into your...
I'll put it this way. So I'm an introvert, innit? So I don't go out a lot. For me, I can do 2 weeks in my yard easy without seeing outside. Easy. Easy. But that's like... Suppose I've got like obviously like PS5 and movies to watch and shit like that. Otherwise, if I need to go out, like I'll like go out to eat or go and like meet friends or like just do something to like have leisure time. But a lot of the time, like we're like studio babies, bro. A lot of producers are like
lab rats.
Yeah, lab rats. Literally don't leave the studio. They're coming in at like 6 p.m. They're not leaving until like 6 a.m. the next day. So imagine living like that, like every day, near enough.
Wait, have you thought about like having your own album?
I wanted to.
Doing the candid thing or something.
Yeah, but even with that, like, see if I'm going to do that, I need a record label to do it for me, man. I can't do it on my own. Because if I do it myself, I'll know the type of quality and the level that I want to do.
You'll be a perfectionist.
Yeah, not even that. It's just like the budget that I would want to do for that. Like I would want to make sure it's done properly. Because if I want to do it properly, I'll make sure like I'm trying to give the listeners like the most historic album they can ever listen to.
Wait, so who's your favorite producer then, isn't it, of all time?
My favorite producer. Can I say currently and then all time?
Yeah, both. Yeah, fuck it.
So of all time, probably Timbaland.
Oh, okay.
And then currently...
That's interesting. You're 25 as well.
Yeah, I was a big Timbo fan. I was listening to that stuff. So currently I'll probably say Weezy or Hit Boy.
Hit Boy, okay. Is Hit Boy Canadian?
Nah, he's from LA, I think.
Who's Canadian then?
Boy Wonder. The Drake's guy.
Yeah. And that's where there's another one. No, that's Hit Boy. No. There's another one. Who's the white guy?
Murder Beats.
Is he Canadian?
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's the Boy Wonder, Murder Beats. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But my guy, man, lovely for coming on, man, innit?
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
Tell you what's changed right now. In a different field, different lane right now. Now I'm in the mud, switching lanes right now. Passive income getting paid right now. Used to roll around with sinners, bulldozers and killers. Now we focused on figures, 3-course meals for dinners, 5-star suites and villas. Now the swag hit different. Cause the bag is different.
This can't come out.
The tab is